Hey everybody, it's here to you, and welcome back to the 12 Days of Gaming. In today's video, we'll be playing through The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, widely regarded to be one of, if not the best game in the Zelda series. While personally speaking, I think Link's Awakening is the better game, this is still a pretty great one on its own. So we'll be getting more into my history in a moment, but without further ado, let's go! Help me. Please help me. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard, Agabla, has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Agabla has seized the control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 Wise Men seal. I am in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. Link, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. I want to leave the house. Alright, so A Link to the Past is, like I said a moment ago, is widely regarded to be one of the best games in the Zelda series. And this is probably one of the more influential ones as well. Not just for Zelda in general, but for Nintendo's history, which we'll be going over more in this video. So, the thing about A Link to the Past is, even though the original Zelda was indeed the first game in the series, this one is arguably the one that set more trends in the series than the original game did. What I mean by that is that this one kind of set like the story structure of the Zelda series of just in general how the dungeons in general work. And it's kind of hard to be more specific than that without outright spoiling this game, so I'm not going to be going more in detail than that. So, we're going over this way, and we just picked up our swords. That's pretty exciting. Now we can stab people. Stabby, stabby, stabby. Slice it, slice! Dice it, dice! Stab, 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 stab! Some points we get the reference. But, anywho, we'll be going over this way, and while we do this, I'm going to be explaining my history with A Link to the Past. So, this is the second game in the Zelda series that I played. First one was Link's Awakening. I grew up on the Game Boy Advance version, but I say grew up pretty loosely because I didn't really play it a whole lot when I was a little kid. And the reason for that is because back then, my mindset was whenever I played this game, I'd be like, you know, this is fun and all, but I'd rather be playing Link's Awakening. And I was kind of a weird kid when I was a kid, and that's a very redundant sentence, and I apologize for that. But I started playing this game again when I was around 8 years old or something like that. And it was fun, but I kind of sucked at this game. So I wasn't really that great at it, and it took me a couple years to actually beat it. I think I was 12 when I actually managed to beat the game. Most of that time was just because I ended up losing my cartridge in a move one time. So that wasn't a very fun story. But what is a fun story is the fact that recording this video is actually the first time that I've played Link to the Past in 10 years. So, yeah, I beat this game when I was 12, didn't touch it again for 10 years, and now I'm 22 and I'm an old man. So, I have seen the Runaway Guys Let's Play this game, and I do have a lot of muscle memory from playing this game, so it's not like I'm going to be completely lost when I play this. So hopefully I don't entirely suck when I play through this game. Let's go over here, and something funny about this game in particular is that I remember when I first started out my channel, one of the games that I was considering as a Let's Play was actually A Link to the Past. This was before I decided on Zelda 4 Sword to be my second Let's Play. The reason why I decided not to do 4 Sword was because the Game Boy Advance that I was playing with at the time, the thing about that was that I was playing on a DS Lite and the hinge on it was broken, so if I wanted to record gameplay on that, I kind of had to keep it on a bit of a weird position. It was really complicated to record for it, and because back then I used the camera to record handheld games, I didn't have a DS capture card or anything like that. But we got a boomerang, that's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna switch over to that real quick. And destroy this guy and pick up a key. So yeah, A Link to the Past was the first Zelda game that I technically considered as a Let's Play. I decided against it because of the DS Lite problems, like I said earlier. That's kind of a big reason why I ended up deciding to go with 4 Sword, because that would have been the easiest Zelda game for me to record at the time. And looking back on it in hindsight, I really shouldn't have done that as my first Zelda Let's Play, because the thing about that at the time was that that game had fairly recently come out by the time that I'd covered it. there weren't really a whole lot of people who did make videos for Sword. That's kind of one of the reasons why it was one of the more popular series at the time. And I just didn't really enjoy it that much, because it felt more like an obligation to record for Sword than actually wanting to do it. So that's a big reason why I don't really do blind Let's Plays anymore. And now we've rescued Princess Zelda. We're going to be skipping over her dialogue because this is not a Let's Play. Alright, so let's go over here and pick up a key. We've stolen Zelda's allowance. So if her design seems familiar to Smash Bros. Fans, it is because this is the version of Zelda that they chose for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A part of me would be disappointed because, here's the thing. Zelda representation in Smash is really weird because they didn't use the Skyward Sword designs in Smash Bros. 4. I don't understand why they didn't do that. Like, I do like their Twilight Princess designs, except for Ganondorf. I especially think Twilight Princess Zelda is really cool looking, but I really wanted them to use the Skyward Sword designs because I love that game, and they didn't. And I understand why they didn't use Zelda's design from Breath of the Wild for Smash Ultimate, because the thing is, for those of you who don't know about the game's development, Zelda's design in Breath of the Wild wasn't actually finalized until very late in development, so it makes sense that they didn't have anything to work on if they wanted to use her design for Smash. But at the same time, they're missing out on a lot of potential by not having, like, alternate costume DLC or things like that. And it also kind of bums me out that they don't have multiple versions of the Zelda characters playable, because you have multiple versions of Ike, and you have the Advent Children costume for Cloud and things like that. So I don't understand why they don't make it so that you can control multiple versions of the Zelda characters. So now we've taken care of all that, what we want to do next is go up this way, go up the door staircase thingy, and I'm honestly really surprised I've not gotten lost yet. Like I said, I haven't played this game in 10 years, and it's kind of amazing that I'm not lost or anything like that. The ornament shelf is something important, and I remember when to push it this way. Yay! Muscle memory! Whee! So something else that's pretty fun is that this game has a somewhat of a direct spiritual successor in the form of The Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, and that's actually one of my more personal favorite Zelda games in the series. Like, I won't say it's like top 5 or anything like that, but it's definitely very close. Like, I'd say my personalness at the time that I record this video, it's probably going to change by the time this is uploaded. My personalness would probably be Link's Awakening, Breath of the Wild, and then Majora's Mask, Skyward Sword, and then Wind Waker. Alright, so what you want to do is light up the torches so we can see clearly. That's pretty nice. So destroy these snakes, and destroy this thing. Come on, there we go. Alright, so this video is being recorded the day that SNES games launch on Nintendo Switch. And the thing is, I'm really liking this so far, because the thing is, the NES games, while they are fun, they just don't really play that well. Like, a lot of them, they're pretty much like one-time things where I play it once and I'm like, oh, okay, that was fun, but I'd never touch it again. There have been a few games I have played more than that. Like, obviously we did the Super Mario Bros. 3 co-op series, but I've also been playing a lot of Star Tropics and Dr. Mario and things like that. But the thing with SNES games is that they're a lot more replayable, in my personal opinion. Now, I do apologize if there's anybody out there who likes NES games more. Like, that's perfectly fine to have that opinion. It's just, personally speaking, SNES games like A Link to the Past and Super Mario World, they're a bit more replayable to someone like me. And the thing that kind of bums me out about this is that they didn't have Earthbound at launch, and they're probably going to have it at some point. Like, heck, maybe we even have Earthbound by the time that this video comes out. But at the time that I'm recording this video, they don't have Earthbound on the service yet, and that kind of bums me out because that's my favorite game of all time. Like, it would be cool if games like Earthbound did come there, but I'm also hoping for things like Chrono Trigger. Although I've heard that the DS version is technically the more superior version. Now, the DS version is the one I'm playing. Like, it's not the first version I played, because my first experience with Chrono Trigger was actually the PlayStation version. And if you know anything about Chrono Trigger, that is the version you want to avoid like the plague, because oh my goodness, it was not optimized properly at all. Like, it takes 40 seconds to get into a battle. Alright, so we're taking care of these things. And we're gonna go over here and go up the stairs. Yeah. Where are the sewers already? Wow. Alright, let's go over there. And I remember one thing that I was thinking about when I was considering this as a Let's Play when I first started making videos. One thing I was considering was seeing if I could do this as like a swordless 3-heart run. But then I actually did research in it and found that there are huge chunks of the game where you have to use your sword. I don't know, maybe somebody has done a swordless run of this game. I just haven't seen it myself, but yeah, that would be interesting. I believe it's this one. Nope, that was wrong. Okay. We're almost dead. Alright, that's not a good thing at all. Alright, never mind. I lied. So, something that's very nice about the SNES Online is that they have the rewind feature available from the start, so if you're completely bad at this game, then you can rewind all the way back there. That's pretty nice. So now we can go over here, and yeah, I gotta say, that would have been so useful during Super Mario Bros. 3 co-op. Because James and I were both really bad at that game. Let's just put it at that. Alright, so fun fact, this sanctuary area, in the Japanese version this was referred to as a church, and this dude right here was a priest. But at the time this game was released, Nintendo of America had a policy against making any kind of religious references in video games, so obviously they had to change that. Alright, so let's go away. And do I want to keep going? Yeah, we keep going for a bit. We're still fairly early on in this video. So I believe what that guy was saying, if I was speed reading fast enough. Oh my goodness. Alright, I apologize, but this map looks a bit rougher than I remember it looking. Oh my goodness, that does not look that great on an HD TV. Looked a lot better on a Game Boy Advance screen, I would just say that. So, there's an X right there. X marks the spot. Apparently. How do I get out of this menu? There we go. Okay, I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna quit my boomerang again because I feel like it. Take care of that and go this way. Something that's also kind of cool is that they introduced SNES controllers for the Switch that pretty much only Nintendo Switch Online members can buy. Like, I had zero interest in the NES controllers, but I might pick up an SNES controller if Earthbound ever comes to the Switch. Like, I looked funny for a moment. And the thing about the NES controllers is that, yeah, they looked like NES controllers, but they didn't really look that great because they had the little thing on the top of it where you'd slide them onto the Switch to charge them. And that's the kind of like a big thing that makes me more happy about the SNES controllers is that they use USB-C plug-in things to charge rather than whatever terminology you want to use for charging them on the Switch. Okay, so we should talk to someone in here. Alright, are you Saras blah blah?
Who? Oh, it's you, Link. What can I do for you, young man? Yonder? Oh, no one has seen him since the wizard began collecting victims. What? Master Sword? Well, I don't remember the details exactly, but long ago, a prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited this land. Legends tell of many treasures of the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master Sword, a mighty blade forged against those with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that now it is sleeping deep in the forest. Do you understand the legend? Not at all.
Long ago, prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited the land. Legends tell of many treasures the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master Sword, a mighty blade forged against those trees with evil hearts, is one of them. People say that now it is sleeping deep in the forest.
Do you understand the legend? Not at all. Long ago, okay, I'll stop.
Alright then, let's go over here. And we can finish talking to you. Wait, what'd you say?
Anyway, look for the Elder. There must be someone in the village who knows where he is. You take care now, Link.
Alright, so that's about as much as I remember from this game. So I think that's probably a good place to end off this video for the 12 Days of Gaming. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and until next time, leave the gear to you. Oh yeah.